Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Into the Eye Tarot and my name is Mel and I'm going to be your messenger. Lucky you guys. How we're going to do the channel is I'm going to do the reading here in a second, but before we start that, I wanted to just let you guys know a couple of things. First of all, the only way that I'm asking for money right now, I'm not doing personal readings, is by the extended that'll be at the end of the reading. And yeah, that's the only way right now that you can kind of help the channel, so other than liking and subscribing. So what else? Let's see. This is a new channel, and as such, it's a baby channel, and so I'm learning to walk and talk here. So I really appreciate you guys' patience with me. I will get better, I do promise. So the point of this channel is to help raise the vibrations here for everybody on earth and to remember that we are all one. So let's jump right in. Hello Cancer, welcome to your reading. So I have created a special spread for the channel here. We're going to call it the Into the Eyes spread, and it incorporates a couple of my favorite things about grabbing messages. So let's go ahead and start with the tarot. And as I go along, I'll explain each section of the eye we've got going on here. Okay, go ahead and stop. Okay, we're starting in the west. And this is the I am, and you have the Queen of Hearts. Ooh, you have the 10 of Cups in the position of your thinking. In the position of your passions, hobbies, this could just your soul, the I want. You have the Knight of Wands. And in your love, okay, someone's telling me to pull 2. So we're going to pull 2 for this spot. And in love, you have the Queen of Swords as well as the Wheel of Fortune right here, which is nice. Something's telling me to go ahead and pull another one for you guys. So, okay. Another aspect of the spread is using not only colors, but we're going to be using numbers. And I went ahead and shook these. It can get loud, so I did it off camera. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pull your numbers, and then we're going to talk about what's going on for the month of August. So in the area of I am, this either talk about your body, this could talk about family or home, okay? And you have the 4. So 4s hold the energy of focus, dedication, work, stability, organize, the energy to complete, being self-sufficient, being strong, and putting in effort. Some of the negative things that can come along, because we need to be aware of the negative aspects of an energy that might be coming, is being too serious, being a little boring, maybe single-minded, having a lack of humor, being disorganized, working too much, right? Not having that balance. So with the Queen of Cups in this position, I really feel like you guys have a lot of emotional abundance happening either in your home life or your family, whether it be the family you were born into or the family that you've created, or whether it be in your body. You're just feeling really good. There could be a lot of emotional things that are happening. I feel like for the month of August, there could be parents out there that are dealing with, children going off to school this month. There could be people leaving for college, and that can be emotional. It's also a joyous kind of emotion because they're growing and they have to do that, but it's also sad in its way. So but I feel like you're going to be handling this like a champ, Cancer, if this is going on in your situation. I don't associate any kind of numbers with face cards, so the advice is going to be also a 4. So it's just to be, more determined, and if it is moving, so say some of you are moving to a new home. We were talking earlier about people moving. It could be you are the one that moving into a new home. It's about just being a little bit more organized, having the energy to complete things that get done, being more resilient. So let's pull some advice, some extra help in that being resilient, being strong, because sometimes we get tired, right? Right, Cancer? So what might help us re-energize us? Because it's looking good as far as family and home. I mean, the Queen of Cups is in control of her emotions. She's in control of this domain. Okay. It says paying attention. I turn my attention to people around me and try my best to give them what they need. If they need my help, I'll jump right on in. If they need space, I'm willing to I'm willing and ever so supportive I'm willingly and ever so supportively going away for a while. Which come to think of it will make it hard to keep my attention on them. How much I cannot speak this. So paying attention, but I feel like I'm supposed to be pulling another card because I can't get through this card. Yeah, so now that I'm pulling another card, let's see. Which comes to think of it will make it hard to keep my attention on them. How much do spy cameras cost? So when they want some space, you know, give them space, and when they want some attention, knowing what they want, and fours talk about boundaries, building boundaries. So another you get two. You guys are getting a lot of double cards. It's funny. So, no criticism. It says, I release my desire to critique the lives around me and instead nurture a practice of passive observation. Suddenly, I'm like a bird watcher, cataloging species. Oh, look, there goes the reckless one. Wowee, that's a large mistake. And I don't have to do anything. I can let go and, it says in parentheses, try to relax. It's too bad binoculars are such a conspicuous accessory. It's so funny because both these cards talk about spying. I don't think you guys have to worry about people spying on you. If you do, of course, go get help. But I think this has to do with more parents or, just somebody moving away and you want to be able to make sure they're okay, but you want to give them their space. So it's understandable. Let's move ahead to thinking. This is in the north direction, this is in the air direction, so this is in the mind, what's going on in your mind right now. It can also do with work, and we'll talk about that if it does. So in mind, you have five. Let's talk about the five energies. Five energies do some keywords that go along with fives is change, transition, freedom, sensory experience, such as, skydiving is a sensory experience. Personal intimacy is that sensory experience. Tasting, hearing, touching, smelling, those sorts of things where you want to go out and feel life and experience it through that sort of way. Adaptability and change. So you could be thinking, and you have the Ten of Cups in this. It is the highest card that you can get as far as with cups, with the number of cups. You've collected them all. So you could be thinking about maybe going out and maybe planning something. There's a family here. Maybe it's just you being content and thinking about your future. Like, what is that going to look like when I get there? No matter where you are and what age you are. What is tomorrow going to look like? It could be if you're dealing with work, you're getting acclamations this month. You've done all the projects. You have all of your ducks in a row. And you're really, really feeling good about this. I do think that they're not facing us in this particular card, and they're looking towards the horizon. You're thinking about, there's a lot of you Cancers that are thinking about the horizons, okay? Fives talk about individuality, adaptability, lessons through experience, okay? Some negative things that can deal with that is fear of change, okay? -5 talks about discord, thoughtlessness, being inconsistent, being rash or irresponsible. I don't think that that's a worry for you, but just in case it does come up, let's pull some advice for getting our energies back on that +5, okay? That wanting to be that personal freedom, thinking about personal freedom, individuality, change, transition. It says limits. It says it's fun to be a yes person, but not when the yeses are maybe responsible for you suddenly having no time, patience, will to live. It's time to exercise your right to set boundaries. That's funny because we were talking about that over here with the 4. And declare limits on how much responsibility you can take on. Yes, you are sometimes allowed to say no. and know that won't make anyone claw your eyes out. You know what you can handle, and nothing is going to fall apart if you, sorry, the wording here is like capitalizing or bolding all the no's. If you nobly admit you noticed you're not able to add another unopened note to your novel of notifications now. We didn't really need all that, but we got the message earlier anyways, so it's okay to say no. It doesn't make you a bad person either. Self-love is not selfish. With the 5 and the 10, let's go ahead and add those together. So the 5 on the dice added to that 10. In numerology, the 10 would reduce down to a 1, so it's a 5 plus a 1, which gives you a 6. So some other advice that will help you change any kind of energies that might be negative is 6. 6 talk about beauty and home and family. They talk about love and balance and harmony. They talk about service to others, healing, having your material needs met. Okay, so maybe being a little bit more loving to yourself in your thinking, because this is in the area of thinking. So let's move ahead to the east where we have the fire, and this is in your soul. This is in the I want. It could talk about creative endeavors. It could talk just about your passions. It could touch on any aspect really of the eye or the wheel. It could talk about your feelings. So let's see. You guys have the wand, or the wand. You do have a wand, but you have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands energy, this wand energy is the kind of energy of going and not being afraid to fight the dragon in order to get past the dragon to get what you really want. I mean, that's the kind of go get 'em attitude. With a 3, threes talk about socializing. They talk about creative expression. It's so funny because this is in the creative expression. It can be talking about that area in the eye, right? Optimism. It also talks about joy, spontaneity, having a childlike spontaneity. Okay, it talks about growth from a place of love versus a place of fear. You have the 12, which 1 plus 2 is going to reduce down in, like I said, that 3. Some negative things that can go along with the 3s that we might need to be aware of is being stubborn, being too stubborn, having a lack of stamina, having a lack of concentration, being too moody, maybe having too many mood swings and therefore being unstable. With the 3, it's having joy and positivity and creativity. It's also having ascended masters. You might be receiving a lot of message from your angels or your ascendant, whatever you want to title them. It's all equal to the same thing, They are sending you messages of love and joy. You could have a creative idea that you have just thought of. This person is wearing a yellow tunic, right, over his armor. This is about self-expression and illumination. Maybe you're ready to get out there and mingle, okay, in some way. Maybe you're ready for an idea to get out there in the world. He has a red feather on him right now, and that talks about energy and passion and material world. So let's pull some advice for that area. So some advice dealing with any kind of creative endeavors that Cancer might be. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're an artist, or you could be, of course, but the traditional sense of an artist, you could just want to create a beautiful home. A family, a nice car, you know what I mean? So your advice in the situation, it says success. I succeed. I only succeed. There's no such thing as failure, so I'm eliminating that F-bomb from my vocab. Missing the bullseye isn't failure. It's how I learn to better my aim. And if we really want to get onto it, there should be no such thing as a bullseye anyway, because sometimes wandering in an unexpected direction leads you to the best damn parts of being alive. So F off, bullseye. Nice. Okay, let's talk about emotions. Ooh, So this is in the direction of south. And it can talk about relationships, whether it does, a love, romantic relationships or not, or it could just do with how you're feeling. I was told to pull two cards, and you started off with the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords energy is very precise in their speaking. So you might be very clear on what you're feeling right now, Cancer, and how you're feeling. Yeah, I feel like that this comes from a time of not maybe being able to do that, where you weren't able to clearly state, maybe even to yourself, how you were feeling. Okay, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you see that this sword is kind of reflecting this a sphinx is what it is on top here. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So all those worries and all those demons are about to fall off here. Okay, in relationships, it could have to do with this person. You and they are just really seeing eye to eye. There's a lot of blue going on. Blue talks about clarity. Okay, it talks about truth. The wheel itself has a lot of, it's popping out to me, has a lot of orange. So, orange is impulse. Okay, it's also creativity and it's passion. So you guys could have a passion, a want to get together, get away together. The 10 is the only number because, like I said, face cards for me. So the 10 is the Roman numeral X, and that reduces down to a 1. So let's talk about that 1 energy. And also, you have a 12. So I'm silly. I gotta add those. But let's talk about that 1 energy before we add your dice to it. So the 1 energy talks about individuality. It talks about independence. It's the energy of uniqueness, new beginnings, motivation, right? Bravery. So there could be a need for you to be your own self when it comes to how, or you're just feeling very much secure in how you're feeling about who you are. You are very independent in those feelings. Some of the negative things that can come around with ones are being single-minded, being dependent versus being independent, having dominance, intolerance and aggression can also be seen as those things. So just some things to be aware of. Let's add that to the 12. So it's a 1 plus another 2, which would give you a 4. So 4 is again, where did we have that? We had that over here in the home. So 4s talk about dedication. They talk about stability. They talk about control, but not in the bad way, control, right? They talk about effort, being resilient, being strong and self-sufficient. This is the energy to complete, okay? The energy, the determined energy to get it done. I think that some good advice would be to not be too serious and boring, because that's some of the negative 4s, right? Having a lack of sense of humor and being just too serious, because there is the Queen of Swords, and sometimes for some reason those can be seen as too serious and too stoic. I like stoic and serious people, but like sometimes in love and relationships it can be too much. I don't think you have a problem with Cancer. You might be dealing with somebody that's like that. I think getting them out of their element and going outside will help. Let's pull some advice and see. With love for Cancer. It says celebration. Go party. It says, when I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. When I do so, I'm rooting for the good guys, which means that I'm the good guy. And that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? So some of you are single. Okay? And it's saying that when you start celebrating other people's happiness, you actually are the good guy, but it's really about magnetism. And you magnetize those sorts of feelings in people, that if you see a couple and they're happy and they're showing love, instead of being jealous, being like, oh, that's so great, I'm so happy, and for them, I can't wait for that to be me, but not too much into it, maybe what will it look like when that person comes and they're holding my hand or whatever it is with me. So, and when those feelings become negative, those thoughts start to become negative, and you start feeling negative, it's time to walk away from those thoughts and start thinking about other things. Okay? But just another 3 for the main energies of the month of August. So 3s again talk about socializing. They talk about creative expression. They could also talk about parenthood. Holds that joyous optimism. Talks about creativity, being spontaneous in a childlike way. Ascended masters. Again, you could be receiving lots of messages from your angels. Okay, you have an army behind you. Let's grab some messages. You might want to be aware of lack of stamina and concentration this month. So, I keep bumping y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Act like you can feel it. I bumped the camera. Okay, it says, my body is my sanctuary, and I treat it with divine care. When you get in line to have the fast food mascot serve shit to you on a tray, you are using your health and consciousness to their fullest. Are you using your health and consciousness to their fullest capacity? To perform at your highest, you must feel your best inside and out. Treat your body with respect and optimal care, for it is the sanctuary that carries your sacred passenger. I just hit you and they hit you with this. Let's grab another one. Cancer. My moon's in Cancer, so. It says, I exercise and expand my happiness muscle to beastly levels every day. It's easy to feel like happiness is elusive. You feel incredible and confident one day, and then unimportant, unattractive, and depressed the next. Before you know it, you end up slamming a bottle of wine and a tub of ice cream to help numb the gloom. But just as people transition from unhealthy to overweight to healthy and fit, you can exercise your happiness muscle and build a life of smiles. With the teeniest practice of gratitude and mindfulness, and a focus on what truly lights you up, you can turn yourself into the Hulk Hogan of happiness. The army of sadness cannot break down your fortress if you are kicking their asses every day. If you like any of these cards, I will have them linked. These smaller ones are different areas from the same artist, and then this one is a separate artist, but those are awesome cards. So don't go away, because we got to pull your musical notes. It's a song from the universe to you, and we're going to do a preview for the extended. So don't go away, Cancer. Be right back. Okay, Cancer, so I'm back, and I have channeled a message from the universe to you. This song can be a love song, and if so, well, let's just say that this song can relate to any aspects of your life. It can relate to none aspects of your life. It's just a song that the universe has messages for you. Regardless of the genre, you might want to check out the lyrics if you don't like the genre. But the song that you have pulled is called Amber by 311. I think it's funny too to mention, or it's important to mention at least, that 3 plus 1 plus 1 would make a 5 again. It's the energies of freedom, change, the energies of transition and sensory experience, okay? So go ahead and check that song out, and if you're interested in the preview, I will let you know how this is going to work. So we have 2 extendeds here on the channel. We're going to have the extended song, and we're going to have the extended card. The extended song is going to be asking, what does this person feel about me? And the person, I'll explain their energies, and I'll explain your energies so you know whether this is your situation and whether these extendeds apply to you. So the energy that I have, it's funny because it's either this person making you feel this energy, or this is the energy that you're coming off of. And it is important to mention that there is different situations going on, whether you're single and this person hasn't materialized in your physical, surroundings. There's some of you that this person has, and there's some of you that just either are in a relationship with this person. It doesn't matter whether you just started or whether it's been years. So let's talk about the energy that's going on right now with you. It's the 4 of Pentacles. And let's take a look at the card, and if you're just listening, I'll explain as best as possible. It's a person sitting in what looks to be a vault. And they're guarding something, okay? They're sitting on it, guarding it, watching it carefully. So this person, either you feel the energy is like, I'm guarding my heart, or I'm guarding, they make you feel like you want to be guarded against your heart, okay? It's either them feeling like, or them making you feel like this, and I'll explain why, and their energy is here in a minute, or it's just, if this person hasn't materialized, this is how they're going to make you feel. If you're in a relationship, this is how this person is making you feel all of a sudden, like you need to feel guarded. Okay. Their energy is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is an air sign. Doesn't necessarily mean that this person is an air sign, just means that they're presenting in August with a lot of air energies. And air talks about a lot of communication. So this person could be communicating with you through messages or any kind of communication, really. This person's personality, their energy is, it's funny because when you're communicating with them sometimes, or if you haven't, of course, this is how you're going to feel. But when the communication is going on between you and this person, it's like they are breaking down. If you see that this person is fighting all these birds, and these are almost like fears. And it's like these person are cutting down fears without maybe even realizing it. Maybe you guys are talking about a topic, and from their just being who they are and their point of view and talking to you with it, and they're just, yeah, they're just vibe. Their energy about the situation makes you feel a bit safer. Okay, for some of you, it's that. I will talk more about this fear that's coming up. It's not it's not necessarily bad. Okay. Let's see what else about this energy. This person could be a person who has pets. There are a lot of animals here. With that cape of blue, this talks about truth and clarity. This person is coming with truth and clarity. Okay, let's talk about the fear and the reason behind it. If you notice down here, you have the King of Swords, okay? And I think some of that fear is coming because this person is presenting, they are right now their energy is in the Knight of Swords, but they are trying to present like the King of Swords, and you can see right through that. It's not necessarily a bad thing that we're not talking about lies. Like, I own this. They might talk in ways that are like, when I do this, it will be like this. When we are this, it will be like this. And for you, that can cause a little bit of fear because they're talking about the future, right? And that might feel like it's moving too fast. This is air energy. I do feel like the connection between you and you'll know is that you guys have a lot of things in common. Both of these are air. So you had earlier in your general reading with the Into the Eye Tarot spread in the direction of the South, where it talks about love and relationships and how I feel, you had the Queen of Swords, and now in your preview with the relationship for this situation, you have the King of Swords. So both of those holds kind of a lot of the same energies. These people speak their truth. They speak their minds. Maybe with this person in particular, you two have a lot of things that you find interesting to talk about. Other people might not, but you two do. It's funny how I see these birds. So the windows, this person is outside, and both these people are are inside. And then the Four of Pentacles. It's funny because the window, I can't tell, like, why wouldn't he just get up and lock that window? He has like 3 locks plus this is a lock, but it kind of looks like a camera. It looks like, they're monitoring their introspection. Why wouldn't they fix that access unless there's no possible way that anybody could access this? And this person has the ability to access this because this knight can fly. But it also reminds me that this might not be, it's like the energy of this person breaking into this tower, and that's why the window's open, getting in here, seeing what's here, and then not willing to let it go, even though they know they should probably just fill up their pockets and do their best and get out of Dodge, but they're they're not willing to let go. I know that doesn't make sense in the sense of relationships, but maybe to you it does as far as those energies. I don't feel like this person is breaking in your house and just not letting go. That's not what we're talking about. That's abusive and you should get away from that. But this energy is more of you holding on, to your ideas, to your heart. There's something that you are protecting. You cancers have that. Don't they say that cancers are shells on the outside? You guys protect yourselves. You have armor and you're protecting yourself. And it can be that this person is bringing up more of a, whether it's subconscious, because they are trying to present, whether intentionally or unintentionally, more than they are. They could just be in the, I feel like it is a lot of, I'm in the energy of this is where I am now, but I'm going to talk positivity into my existence. Like they might not have the job that they want now, but they're like, when I become the CEO of such and such, I will. And that's okay. They're practicing exercising that happiness muscle and talking positive to themselves about that situation. You know what I mean? And so the fear, where it's coming from, it might lock you up. Maybe there was a person in your past that talked similar to that. That instead of being like, when I am the CEO, they're like, I'm the CEO. Come to find out, they're not the CEO of jack shit, you know? Sorry about the cussing. But yeah, and this person kind of maybe holds the same energies. It's a lot of too that they hold the same energy as you in August. Okay, Cancer. So I have the extended that are set up like we were talking about earlier, where it's going to be the extended song, and we ask the question of how how does this person feel about me right now? And we get a song. You're going to get also an advice and any numbers. We're going to talk about any more numbers that come up. With the extended cards, you're going to get the song, the advice, and we're going to ask about their intentions. We're going to ask about this person's intentions towards you. So you can go to the extended cards if you want to know a little bit more. Okay, Cancer. All right, you guys. I really appreciate you being patient with me, as this channel is a baby channel and I'm learning how to walk and talk here on the channel with you guys. So I really hope your energy stayed good this month, and I hope to see you next month. I love you guys. I'll see you. Bye.